A lot's been happening overseas over the weekend. We know you probably have lots of questions about the strikes and the U.S. role with them.
So joining us this morning with some perspective onto this attack and what it may mean for U.S. security, maybe travel, even oil prices. We've got former Arizona Director of Homeland Security and CIA agent Tim Roemer. Tim, always great to have you here to give us insight that, a lot of people don't have. So thanks for being here this morning.
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I think the big question is people are worried that somehow we're going to be attacked here. They don't have any capability of reaching us, so it would be what we hear like sleeper cells, right?
Right. They don't have a capability to really launch a strike from Iran into the United States, but what we always worry about is terrorism, violent extremism, any type of sympathy attacks, anything like that. But overall, this is mostly for the Department of Homeland Security and local law enforcement, dusting off a playbook and threat bulletins going all the way back to 2020. After the U.S. had killed General Soleimani in Iran. So this, for the most part, isn't anything that we haven't seen before, but always take the threat seriously.
In your experience, and you know so much that we do not know, in talking before this, you said this needed to happen. The U.S. needed to get involved. Why is that?
Because Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. That's, first and foremost. They have warned of striking the United States, our allies, and innocent people around the world for far too long. I think the timing was right. Israel basically went into Iran and opened a door with the first strikes. The United States really needed to come in with the hammer and really use those bunker-busting bombs, take those facilities out now. Now was absolutely the right time.
I think they said over the weekend, Iran said that you didn't achieve what you wanted to because we have things elsewhere. What's your message in terms of what you know about this? How successful was this attack?
Based on my career within this field and being an analyst, only time will tell.
Right.
Overall.
Sure.
I mean, we really shouldn't be listening to the politicians right now. We should be waiting for the dust to clear, inspectors to go in. However, the United States military has capabilities that no other country has. These bunker-busting bombs, going in, driving in, there's almost no way that they didn't have significant impact. Whether or not they obliterated the entire facilities to never be used again is remained to be seen, but they absolutely had major impact.
And that's a word that was exactly used by President Trump, was obliterated. This morning, the newest information is that Israel is striking Tehran now, and also those sites again to maybe make sure the damage is done. What's your take on what this means and possibly moving toward a regime change? Is this the ultimate goal? Is that the message?
I think that's exactly what they're doing. I think they're keeping their foot on the accelerator right now to go after any of those capabilities that Iran has in order to fight back against Israel or the United States in any type of a prolonged war. So they see an opportunity that has taken place, and they're basically going forward. And kind of, if the overall goal is to get them to peace talks, this is kind of what needs to happen. You need to really, force them into submission, almost getting them to say uncle on this side of things, militarily speaking.
And over the weekend, we now see these death to America threats. But as long as I've been alive, it seems like it's always been that way.
It's always been that way. Having served as the director of the Arizona Department of Homeland Security, we always work closely with our counterterrorism center here, all of our law enforcement partners. Like I referenced earlier, in 2020, we saw a lot of these same threats. Now, Iran will come after the United States and any local government when it comes to cyber attacks. It's really important for our citizens and consumers to remain calm. If a website is defaced or anything like that, it's just things they've done in the past, don't panic. We don't need to be going out and hoarding gas and all these different other things. Let's remain calm. Those types of attacks or things like that in the cybersecurity world, the website defacement, are very minimal.
Superficial on that, just to scare people, exactly what it's trying to do.
Absolutely. Now, we take cyber attacks very seriously, but as far as website defacement, we always worry that people panic. We don't want to see public panic and consumer response be worse than the actual threat.
Well, Tim, thank you so much. You've been in the Situation Room many times, so you know your stuff, and we sure appreciate you coming on and talking.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I was there today.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Thank you, Tim.